Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's a new home improvement show with heart. A Hallmark fan favorite teams up with an expert interior designer to refresh a home that needs a little love.
We could do something sort of like a rafter tail that has a sort of Southwest vibe to it, and we're gonna give them seating as well.
We need lots of seating.
Yeah. Let's talk about this fire pit. That fire pit is way out over here.
It is. You have to walk a country mile to get to it.
So we want to bring it as close as safety will allow, so that these two outdoor spaces are in conversation with each other.
We welcome the hosts of Home is Where the Heart Is, Olivia Westbrooks and Luke Macfarlane. Good morning, you two.
Good morning, Helen.
This must be a dream come true to do a show like this for the two of you.
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
I mean, one that I wasn't expecting. It was very, very unexpected. And right before I got the opportunity to do this, my family and I, we were faced with a situation where we had to sell our childhood home. So when this came along and I heard the premise of it, I was like, sign me up. Absolutely.
And Luke, for you, is this a dream come true?
Well, I think as an actor, you always want to sort of grow. You always want to try different things. I have this real passion for design and woodworking, and I get to show something to, people who have maybe seen me in Hallmark movies for a long time. They get to see another side of myself. So, I'm just thrilled to show another side of myself.
I love it. And tell me about the premise of the show, because it really is about home being where the heart is.
That is absolutely correct. What we do in the show is families are often recipients of a childhood home, whether that was from a grandmother, a family member, and they've moved into it, and they're kind of struggling to figure out how to make the space theirs. So where we help them out is we honor the people that lived there before, we honor the home, we learn a little bit about the home history, and then we try to sort of bring it up to the needs of the contemporary family that's living in the house.
Where did you learn your passion or gain your passion from woodworking? Was it your father, your grandfather?
So building and making was something that I always did with my dad, with my sisters. It was kind of how we bonded, sort of how we problem solved. There was always projects, there was always things to be doing together. So that's really where it started. And then later in life, as I pursued my acting career and sometimes was in need to make little money on the side, I worked for carpenters, I worked for deck builders, I worked in a cabinet shop, I kind of did it all, and eventually got to a place where I was able to build my own shop, design my own furniture, and really just continuing to sort of get to do this thing that's very different than acting. It is singular, it is organic, it is slow, it is individual. So it's just been a passion that I've been pursuing for, 25, 30 years.
I love it. And Olivia, you're quite the artist. I love your style. I love all the color you put into your paintings. They're really wonderful. So I'm curious about your artwork. Like, how would you describe your style?
It honestly, it is just a reflection of my soul. That's all I can say to you, and I don't have a label for that. Oh, that's my baby girl.
Yes.
I remember that picture. The first time I met Olivia, she had that picture behind her in her office.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time talking about that.
It's beautiful.
It was a very ambitious project because I had never painted in acrylic before. That was my first time. I've always been creative and an artist. And I just do things that make me happy. So I don't look at trends or what other people have done. I just sort of lean on what makes my soul sing. And bright colors do it for me.
Yeah.
Anything that bounces light, I always say anything that makes light dance makes me really happy. So I just go with what brings me joy.
How does your family feel about this? Your girls and your hubby, how are they feeling about this new show you have?
Very excited. So my husband's very proud of me. My oldest daughter is so excited. My youngest one, the one on the left, could be less no less impressed. She's just like, Mom, why do you sound like that? Why do you look different? But she's the one that keeps me on my toes, But deep down, she's happy. They're super excited about this, yeah.
And Luke, I want to ask you what it's like being a dad. Are you loving being a dad, and have you made things for your baby?
I certainly have. The things that sort of I cherish most are things that people made for me. So when you have your first child, how can you not make everything for them? So I built her crib, I built her toy box, I built chest of drawers, and pretty much everything in her little nursery is something that I built, and hopefully that means that she will keep them for a long time.
You know, my husband likes to do woodworking as well, and I often give him a honey-do list, and I'm just curious if your husband gives you a honey-do list, like, hey, Luke, the door over here, you need to build a new one. This one isn't working for me.
That's really funny you say that. In his office currently, we have an old sort of desk that's not the most comfortable desk to sit at, and he was like, I want you to build me a desk. And so it's definitely on my list of things to do for him. But as artists, you have to kind of wait for the inspiration. And this is where my husband's not so great. He can't say like, I want it made out of maple and walnut and it's gonna look like this and this is how many drawers. He just kind of goes like, make me a desk. And I was like, I'm waiting for the inspiration.
Tell him to show you some pictures.
That's what I tell him. That's what I tell him. That's what I tell him.
Point him to Pinterest.
Yeah. Also, wood is very expensive these days. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah,
so to build a solid wood desk is gonna take some bucks.
Absolutely. And Olivia, have you learned from Luke? Like, have you learned more about woodworking and that side of the business?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in one of the episodes, he loves, first of all, Luke loves talking about wood and woodworking. And at every turn, he wanted to teach something, but I was there to absorb the information.
Yeah.
Because I took a woodworking class in college one semester, and I built a couple pieces of furniture way back when. So I already had an interest in it. But to be with somebody who's so skilled at it, like learning from him and watching him at work was so much fun. I really did enjoy that part of it.
I really also just want to sort of get people excited about making things for themselves.
Sure.
Like truly, we live in a time when you can just like get on that internet and you can have a chair sent to you immediately.
Yeah.
And that's great, and that has made us, you know, very convenient time. But if you have the time, if you're lucky enough to have the time, it's just going to mean a little bit more, and I think that's what we try to do in our show. Is if you make something for somebody, it just means a little bit more.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
And now I know why end grain is important for cutting boards, right? For butcher block.
That
so
is
he
right.
taught me that.
Okay, one last question, Luke. How's your doggy?
Oh, Farmer, good old Farmer. Farmer is not running away as much as he used to, so there I am holding him. Farmer once got away and jumped into the back of a FedEx truck and ended up many, many miles away. Thought he was gone forever. We got him one of these chips now, so when he goes away, we can pull up the app on the phone and see how far away he's got. But he's gotten much more comfortable. He was an adopted guy, so he just needed to know that we love him.
Right, I got it. We want to remind our viewers that you can watch Home is Where the Heart Is on Hallmark Plus. Thank you so much, you two.
Thank
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.